Hey all, Ryan here from Planetary Lapidary, and welcome to another episode of Freeform Fridays, where I take rocks and fossils I find on the western shore of Lake Michigan, shine them up and make them look pretty. So here's the pile. Let's see, what do we want to do? We did a nice fossil last week, a nice Syringipora. Yeah, let's tackle this thing. Okay, so I've had this for a while. I'll try to get it in some light here, and I'll try to get it wet. It may just be a basalt with all staining on the outside here, but it may also be, I don't know. It's really hard to tell, but you can see all that red, and then you can see that it's trying to have layers of that on the inside right there. So I'm thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start out on the big saw, I think, and I'm gonna cut a flat edge here. And then I'm gonna put the fence, I think, on the saw and flip it and make another straight cut here. So then I'll have kind of a big, weird triangle about an inch thick, and then I'll shine both sides and maybe leave the top raw. That might be cool. Yeah, let's do that. So let's get over to the big saw, drum kit. The big saw, and get this side cut off, and then I'll show you guys how I use my little trick fence here. So let's get cutting. Okay, so we got the first cut done. I'm not going to show you it because it looks really cool probably. So what I'm going to do now is let me zoom out a little bit. So I'm gonna take this guard off, and then I'll show you guys how I get the other side of this completely parallel. So let me just set that down. All right, so this is coming off. So this is gonna be a messy cut, obviously. But then I have this. It's basically a clamp-on Craig fence. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna just stick this thing right on here, and then I'm gonna set it to where I want my cut. So like right there probably. And then it self-levels itself. So get it set right where I want it. It's a little bit further over, like right there. And maybe a little bit more. Right there. And then go over here. Oh, actually gotta tighten it up a little bit. Okay, there we go. And then go over here, clamp her down. Just kind of make sure it's even. All right, so she's clamped down. Now this fence is basically gonna just let me, the bottom's flat, so I'm gonna be able to ride along the fence and just cut that line perfectly and perfectly perpendicular with the other line. So let's get cutting. Okay, so now we got two perpendicular sides on this thing. It'll sit right on the bottom. That's kind of what it's starting to look like right there. So I do have some patterning in it. Hopefully it shines up. I might leave the top raw, like I said, I'm not sure, but let's get over to the flat lap and we'll start grinding her down. Okay, so we're through all the discs. This is the top here. It actually goes all the way around raw, and it'll sit on the bottom here. And this is what we got. It actually didn't take that awesome of a shine, but I can get you to show you here. Look at all the metal in here. Like all those little flecks are all little gold metal flecks. Yeah, the shine is super weird. Like it almost reminds me of like a banded iron, but those darker bands in there would shine different. So I'm not 100% sure what this is still. You know, it's got a really dull shine. Like right there, maybe you can maybe see some banded iron. See those like gray, that gray sheen in there? But all those flecks, look at all those flecks. Both sides too. Oh geez, my fingerprints. Here, let me wipe those off. And then I did miss this little corner here too a little bit. I saw that, so I'll have to redo that. But yeah, I'm not 100% sure what this is, but look at all the metal. So crazy. So I'm gonna say maybe it is banded iron and it just has a low content. Or maybe some mudstone. You know, I'm 100% not sure, so I'm gonna not say anything. But it does remind me of banded iron, and all those little flecks in there are definitely some sort of metal, maybe mica or something, but I don't know. Let's put her up on the shelf, see how she looks. It's a pretty big piece too, by the way. Alright, yeah, I still like how it turned out. You can still see all that patterning. Let me get some light on here. You can still see all that patterning in there, and you know, that metal little flecks are just a bonus. So alright, so if you like this video, leave a like, hit subscribe if you haven't already. Stay tuned for a couple close-ups at the end, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.